The mountain village of Kurotani sleeps beneath fog so thick that even the rooster waits before announcing the day. Here, where the river bends quietly past mossy stones, a wooden house stands with its windows dark, except for one. A small flame moves behind the paper screen. It is 4 in the morning. It is always 4 in the morning. Inside, an old man kneels before a low table, his back straight despite 78 years of mountain winters. His name is Tanaka Genzo, and before the village wakes, before the birds choose their first songs, he has already greeted the day. This is not unusual for him. It has not been unusual for 41 years. Genzo was once a blacksmith's apprentice, then a soldier in a war he rarely speaks of, then a farmer of small rice terraces that cling to the mountainside like prayers. Now he is simply the old man who rises before dawn. Every dawn, without exception, without negotiation with his own tiredness, without asking the weather for permission. The villagers know him by his lantern. They say if you wake during the blue hour and see no light in his window, you should check that the world has not ended. Genzo never explains why he rises so early. When the children ask, he only says, "The day does not wait to be deserved." But a man must be ready to meet it. This is the first thing the fog teaches us about him. That discipline, when it is true, requires no audience and no explanation. His routine is simple, almost embarrassingly so. He boils water in a blackened iron kettle. He sits Caesar style on a thin cushion, his knees aching in ways he no longer mentions. He makes tea, not the elaborate kind performed for guests, but a plain bowl of bancha, the everyday leaves, prepared with the same care a tea master might give to the rarest matcha. He drinks slowly. He watches the steam curl and vanish. He says nothing. Then he walks, through fog that swallows the path 10 steps ahead, past the shrine where stone foxes wear caps of moss, along the riverbank where herons stand like monks in meditation. He does this in rain. He has done this in snow that reached his knees. He has done this on the morning after his wife's funeral, 13 years ago, when the village expected him to stay inside and grieve. He did not stay inside. He walked, and he wept while walking, and the villagers who saw him understood something they could not yet put into words: that grief and discipline are not enemies. Sometimes discipline is the only vessel strong enough to carry grief without spilling it onto everything else. But here is the struggle beneath the routine, the wound that gives his quiet strength its true weight. Genzo was not always steady. In his 30s, after the war, he drank to silence what he had seen. He missed mornings. He missed seasons, in a sense, entire years blurred into a fog thicker than any the mountain produces naturally. His wife, patient as Riverstone, never raised her voice. She only left a single bowl of tea outside his door each morning, whether he rose to drink it or not. For 2 years, he says, he let it go cold. Then one morning, he does not remember why, only that it was raining, and the sound of it on the roof felt like something asking a question. He rose before dawn, opened the door, and found the tea waiting, still warm. She had begun making it later each day, hoping. He drank it. He has not missed a dawn since. This is the hidden philosophy beneath his habit. That discipline is not the absence of weakness, but the structure we build around our weakness so it cannot collapse the rest of our life. Genzo did not conquer his suffering through force. He conquered it through repetition. Small, humble, unglamorous repetition, performed especially on the days he did not feel like performing it. Modern minds call this many things. Psychologists speak of behavioral anchors, of how a single consistent ritual can regulate a nervous system that grief or trauma has left in disorder. They speak of how the body, when given a predictable rhythm, the same hour, the same tea, the same path, begins to trust that the world, despite its chaos, contains at least one reliable thing. And when the world contains one reliable thing, the mind can survive almost anything else. Genzo would not use these words. He would only say, "The river does not decide each morning whether to flow. It flows because that is its nature now. A man can give himself a new nature, slowly, the way water shapes stone, not by force, but by never stopping. There is something here for those of us living far from mountain villages, far from fog and shrines and rivers. Those of us who wake to phones instead of kettles, who measure mornings and notifications instead of birdsong. We, too, carry our own version of the cold tea outside the door. We, too, have mornings we have missed, years that blurred, disciplines we abandoned when grief or fear or simple exhaustion told us it was permissible to stop. Genzo's life suggests something quieter than the loud motivational voices of our age. He does not say, never give up or push through pain. He says only, choose one small, true thing and return to it every day, especially the days you do not want to. Not because the act itself is magic, but because consistency becomes a form of self-respect that words alone cannot manufacture. In the afternoons, Genzo tends a small garden behind his house. Not elaborate, no raked gravel or sculpted pines, just vegetables and a single plum tree he planted the week his wife died. He says the tree did not bloom for 3 years. He kept watering it anyway, every morning, without explanation, the way he kept rising before dawn. In the 4th spring, it bloomed. I did not make it bloom, he says. I only made sure I was there when it decided to. Perhaps this is the deepest wisdom hidden inside his quiet mornings. That strength is not the dramatic conquering of obstacles we imagine in stories. Strength is showing up, plainly, repeatedly, without reward, until the showing up itself becomes who you are. The dawn does not require Genzo's presence to arrive. But Genzo has decided that he will not be absent from his own life, not even for a single morning, not even when presence costs him something. As evening falls over Kurotani, fog returns to settle in the valley like a held breath finally released. Genzo lights his lantern again, this time not for waking, but for resting. Tomorrow, before the rooster, before the mist lifts, before the village stirs, he will rise once more. He will boil water. He will drink slowly. He will walk past the stone foxes and the herons standing like monks. He has never called this a discipline. He has never called it strength. He simply calls it keeping the appointment with the day. And perhaps that is the quiet lesson the mountains have been trying to teach us all along. Not through grand gestures, but through small kettles boiling in the dark. Through one old man's unbroken promise to meet each morning exactly as it is, fog or clear sky, grief or peace. Because the strongest among us are rarely the loudest. They are simply the ones who never stop showing up for the dawn.